I'm Batman. I'm Batman 2. I know. I'm Batman 1. I hate you. Well, hello there everybody, I'm Photo Dave, this is Toypixx, and in this video, we're going to be discussing just how close McFarlane Toys is to making perfectly photogenic figures. Following my rules, of course. But first, if you're after anything from McFarlane Toys, check out Entertainment Earth. If something's in stock, enter the code Toypixx and you get 10% off plus free shipping if your order is $39 or more. And if you're pre-ordering McFarlane Toys stuff or anything else on the site, you'll get free shipping using the code FREESHIP39 on orders $39 or more. Whew! Help me build my collection while saving money on yours. Now, with that out of the way, let's chat a little bit here. You know that I have rules when it comes to photogenic figures. One, they gotta be 1/12 scale. Okay, we're making an obvious exception here, and here's why. I just really like Todd McFarlane, and I really like the sculpts that they do here. Two, they need to be complete figures. Okay, we're making another exception because, well, at the price point, they're not going to be complete figures to the level that I like them to be complete. Although, maybe if they went up a couple bucks and got rid of stands and cards, they could at least each come with a couple pairs of hands and a weapon. I don't know. But the third rule, they need to move very well, and this is where things are getting pretty darn close. I'm really stoked about the potential of McFarlane Toys because of the articulation scheme that's there. It just needs tweaking. Now, with all those rules explained, let's head to the light box. P.S. If you don't at least have a McFarlane Toys Violator, what are you doing with your life? Seriously, sit back, talk to a therapist, reevaluate, and see what you come up with, because that therapist knows you need a Violator in your life. Now, onto the Lightbox. Now that I've got you all here at the Lightbox, make sure to click subscribe if you're digging the content. Now, you're looking at this image and you're thinking to yourself right now, hang on, Photo Dave, why do you have a $60 MOFX Batman, $60 before shipping, next to a $25, 20 if he didn't include the comic book, McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman? That to me seems like an unfair comparison, and you would be right, except I'm using the MOFX Batman to show just how good McFarlane Toys is at this price point. If you look at the two of the Batmen right here, you'll realize something, especially if I hold it a little closer. This Batman is only missing 2 points of articulation that the MOFX Batman has. That is base of the neck and no drop down hinge. Every other piece of articulation is there. And that's why sometimes I look at some of McFarlane Toys stuff and I just get so frustrated because the points of articulation are there. It's the engineering that throws it off, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with this Batman. We all know that the MOFX Batman, that thing's engineered nicely, it moves very well, so let's remove him. And now, if we're checking out the DC Multiverse Batman, head moves great, life is good, looks up, looks down, okay, could be a little better. Twist to the side, all that. Got the arms that move up. Now, because of the design of the costume, you're not going to get tons on this one. But you've got butterfly joints. You've got this. At the waist, you've got this crunch. It rolls instead of as the waist cut, which is perfect for me. But at the abdomen here, if you look, you can see the articulations there, but it does not work at all. And it's because of how it's sculpted right in here. which drives me kind of crazy because the point is there. It's the engineering that needs help. It does move back quite a bit better. That was more at the waist, actually. No, it does move back quite a bit at the crunch or at the diaphragm joint. And then you see here, I mean, that's great movement. That's pretty good movement. It goes out to the side a little bit, but that's alright. If McFarlane did use ball joints there instead of what he's got going on, he could have perfect stuff going on. He's got the knees, the rocker, the up, the back. I mean, the points are there. It's just a little bit of frustration when it comes to the engineering. But even that isn't a universal truth when it comes to the engineering, and I'll show you that right now. Check out our boy Spawn here. He has all those same points of articulation that Batman has, except he can get a little more at that diaphragm joint. It's still not tons, but it's not bad. And then if you use the waist as well, that's not really that bad. But still, a little better on the engineering, because all the points are there. And this Spawn is one of the better figures that I think McFarlane's done. He's great. They're so close. The sculpting on his stuff is phenomenal, I think. I know some people aren't so sure about it. I tend to think it's pretty much phenomenal. So it makes me very happy, but then the engineering at the joints drive me a little crazy. And I think they're so close to figuring it out and being able to have just top-notch figures as far as articulation goes, even rivaling Mafex. Like, that's how close they are, I think. And they've improved year over year. I think there's a real possibility that this year or next, if they've still got the DC license, they're gonna knock it out of the park. And obviously with Spawn, if they keep making adjustments and improvements to the articulation like they did this guy here, I think they're gonna pull it off. I think they're gonna be a real force to contend with. One thing that I do wonder is there's a lot of 1/12 collectors out there, and I do wonder, as much as I admire McFarlane and as much as I love anybody that goes out and does their own thing, I do wonder how much money he's leaving on the table by not making his figures 1/12 scale. Maybe nothing. Maybe he's done the homework and maybe all's great and he's doing well, and so well that he wouldn't even think about switching scales. But maybe, just maybe, if he changed scales, people would be loading up on these things a lot more than they would be Marvel Legends, or than they are Marvel Legends. Because let's be honest, his multiverse line, when you're talking sculpting, at least comic to comic figure, McFarlane blows Legends out of the water. If he just got that engineering down, whew, this line would be scary, scary good. One thing that does drive me a little nuts when it comes to McFarlane Toys, and I think he could fix it, but he'd probably have to up his prices. So each figure was $25, and the reason I say that is because right now they all come with this cheap, flimsy little stand with a different stamp on it. Like, here's the one that came with Batman. Here's the one that came with your Mortal Kombat Spawn there. They're just cheap, flimsy stands that I wish just wouldn't come with them. Now, I know your mileage may vary on that. A lot of people really love stands. I think they're just throwaway accessories, to be honest. And they come with little cards or comics. Now, I do like the idea of a comic coming with a figure, so I guess I'm not too upset about that. But when things come with little plastic cards or trading cards, I think that's kind of a waste. And then when you consider all the weapons these guys came with, Batman came with a batarang, no hands. Spawn came with these two kind of flimsy rubber chain kind of things that aren't very useful, to be honest. They don't look all that great. And I wish what I wish that McFarlane would add more accessories, frankly. I mean, make them more complete figures. I wish he'd up the prices to 25 or even 30 if he felt he had to, so he could add a bunch more extra hands and extra accessories to his figures, because at that point, I think they'd be unbeatable in the toy aisle. Again though, I just wish they were 1/12 scale, but that's something that McFarlane's not going to change, and I still love the sculpts, and I still have the figures, so I know that if he just made those couple little adjustments to make them just a little more complete, I'd be a big fan, and I'd probably end up with a whole lot of McFarlane Toys action figures because, well, they're just really cool. And they'd be complete. And now I'm rambling. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my take on why I think McFarlane Toys is so close to being absolutely wonderful photogenic action figures. Now, comment below and let me know, what is it you think of McFarlane Toys, and do you think they're really close to being beautifully photogenic figures, or do you think they're already there? Let me know. Let's chat. Let's have fun. As always, thanks again for taking the time out of your day to check out this video. Hope you enjoyed. And hey, I really appreciate it. So, until next time, have fun. And happy snapping. See ya.